Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the Lord God, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. Now, you look at 37, and it shows that Elijah is calling on the Lord to send down fire. And in 38, it begins with the word then. Now, what that tells me is immediately after he called on God, is that the fire fell right away. Now, it's kind of like I was taken back when I was thinking about a conversation that I had with a electrician, and he was telling me about how when lightning comes from the sky and it hits a tree, it's not the force, it's not the power behind it that heats the tree up and makes it expand and blow apart. He said it's the sap on the inside. It comes to a boiling point of 5,000 degrees in 1 second. And as soon as that happens, it'll blow the tree apart. It'll make a limb go flying or fall or whatever. And it's kind of like, we sit here and think about, the process of how long something will take. How long is it going to take for my life to change? And now when this fire fell, when you need fire in your life, it can be a split second. You can see that in 37 they called on him, and in 38 it came immediately. There was no time of waiting. It's something that happened. It was such a strong force, and it was so quick that it says it licked up the water. Anything that's going to lick up the water and consume the dust, consume the rocks, is a very powerful force. So sometimes we look at our life, and this plasma ball here that I have, it's kind of like this. This is the church, okay? This glass ball here, and all these little lightning bolts that you see here are shooting out. And it's kind of like, imagine these are all just different ministries and people inside the church. And you're sitting there on the outside looking at it saying, okay, where do I fit in all this? How is God going to be able to focus on me when all this other stuff is going on? Is this going to be a long process? I know the calling's here, but I just don't know how I'm going to get into this. Well, when you call on God, it can all happen in 1 split second. Now God has His hand on your life. How I have my hand on this glass ball, and now I have just one connection from the center to my hand. Now that God is focused on me, but at the same time, God's not only focused on me, but He's focused on other ministries of the church. And now I can walk in the church. I can have my ministry and be all a part of it. So what I'm trying to say here is that I wanted to encourage everybody that when you have problems come up in your life, when you have a matter of healing, it's not something that has to be a long process. It's something that can happen right away. If you have a ministry that you want to start up or that you want to be a part of, it's not something that has to take a long time to happen. It's something that can happen in a split second. Just as that fire fell, just how lightning strikes a tree and heats it up, it can happen all in 1 little second. So I encourage everybody to think about this, think about the illustration, because God does have His hand on our lives, just how I had my hand on this globe here. And I encourage everybody to stay in prayer, and as we continue this quest for fire, and God is going to change our church around in 1 little second.